It's such interesting times that we're living in. For the habitual mind, it seems like, oh, we're doing something wrong, we're doing like, it's all yapping away. But I know that this is the right path to take. Because it feels so good. You know, when something proves itself to be consistent, that's when you can trust something, you know. But in this fast day modern world, it's so tricky to keep focused, you know, for people, because the attention span is being trained out of you. You're being trained to be dumber and dumber with these smartphones. Right? Gaia is just like, yeah, exactly. So, and it's just, you have to know, and I didn't either when I was in the dualistic perspective. I didn't see this. This has come from the Ascended Masters. And this is a very fine dance, what I'm doing with channeling and me as the person ascending, right? Because I have connected with them. And I know that this is what is being birthed through me is coming from them. I know for sure. So I know. So I have proof. And then I know, yes, so this is the path. This is my true north. Then I know this is my north. And I've tested it and I've validated it. But it takes some practice. That's the thing. It's almost like, if I can just convince you that this is the right path, okay, maybe you can buy it from your ego mind. Right? And then, but then the attention span of these TikTok flash, like that doesn't always jive, you know? So there is a training that needs to happen. We need to train ourselves to be focused on the right frequency. And that, when you have been habitually trained out of it your entire life, it takes a little bit to train your way back in again. Luckily, it's much easier to train your way back into something that's natural than to, well, you have momentum to this part. So, but it is, what we're saying is that it is going to be quicker. Your recovery will be quicker, back in line with who you are. But it does take some habit changing, some changing of behavior to make sure that you are in alignment with what you're speaking, with what you're doing, with how you're behaving with others, so that you are actually receiving your energy in return and not everyone else's. You have been overly trained to be focused on the outside. And even if you're doing your odd meditation and then the rest of your day you're still focusing outside, you're doing yourself a disservice. Your vibration. You're doing your vibration a disservice. It is important to maintain a particular outlook on this environment so that you see what is possible. Gaia is very much connected to this transmission, because it is about connecting back to Gaia. And when I say that, I know many egos can just go like Gaia, like connecting to the planet. Like it just sounds made up to it because it doesn't believe, because it doesn't know how things operate. Right? And if you don't know how things operate, then there needs to be training to train back to connect with the natural flow. Luckily, it happens sort of automatically when you just place your body in situations that has nature in it. Any kind of here. There's some a horse, someone riding a horse. Really, I saw that yesterday as well. And these are the ways that we're talking about. Caring of what is around rather than being here right now. This is the game with each individual. The knower which will be closer linked to the frequency of the channeling in vibration. And then there are filters. And then we have the body. How well am I looking after the body? Right now, the body was paying attention to here. It's people. So what? I can bring the focus back. It's okay. It's okay, darling. We got this. You know? This is the level of communication that needs to be happening on the inside in order for the outside reflection to change. And your outside, women and feminine, your relationship to those two energies are outside. It changes like this. You have to change it on the inside. And that is a split many beings are still operating under in some way or another. Pretending perhaps, but this, how to properly balance those two energies. Because those two energies, they are the most important energies for you to master internally. That's how important that is. Because it is literally your connection to Gaia. Listen to her. Just emphasizing this. Making sure that she comes through for you to let you know that this is worth paying attention to. That's how that works. That's how she connects and communicates. When someone is embodied and speaking from that perspective, that is a higher perspective. Many beings have some ways to go to fully connect with her. But the first is to know the basics in order to make this connection. And this is something that is available for everyone. And it is completely for free. And it is 28 days of consciousness shift, where I channel Jesus for one day, every day, with an accompanied task for you to do, to start to train into this way of being. It is the first step in laying the foundations to be able to maintain this high vibration. Because from that state, you are only emitting just pure joy. It is so joyful because when you see truly the energy world of this environment, you will be amazed. And there is no room. You have to pay attention. There's no room for sleeping on your laurels, so to speak. It is about paying attention, feeling, sensing, using the body. That's why it's good to do things that are a little bit daring sometimes. That is a little bit daring. Sometimes we have to do things differently sometimes that is the only way forward. Because we have tried the known. We have tried that for too many years and it doesn't lead anywhere. Same old stories, cycles upon cycles. Have you learned all your cycles yet? So that we can step above the battleground and we can have a totally different experience with one another. And from that place, and that place only, can we truly create a peaceful place here. Because we have decided that the dualistic perspective we've had enough of. So then we are operating from a different perspective. And this is a holistic perspective. And it has to do with how we are operating the bodies so that your energy comes through. So that there is no other interferences in your energy field for you to come through. That is the goal with these teachings. And what will happen when you have more energy running through your body? First of all, you will manifest. You can't compare it. It's an experience it's a totally different level of awareness with these bodies. That is what it is to be fully embodied. That is what it is to have your energy in the body, because you feel everything. And there are deeper levels of depth that we can get to with these bodies. But it starts with the simple practices and things that are talked about in this free 28-day consciousness shift where I channel Jesus. If you're interested in that, there is a link in the bio or in the description. Either way, you'll find it. It's the main link on the profile page. And there you can sign up and you can start that process. It is important that you commit to this process. Because only when you commit to something will you actually see the rewards. If you don't commit and follow through, that is the whole purpose of this energy game. You have to commit first, decide that you're going to do something, and then commit to finishing it. So that you do that every day, regardless of what distractions may come up in your mind. Because anything will be more important. Right? Prioritize yourself. Prioritize high vibrational guidance so that you know how to operate and adjust your frequency, day by day. That's what we wanted to share for this one. Thank you so much for watching. We'll look forward to talking to you again in another one. Ciao.